In this video, we delve into the harrowing tale of the Ripper Crew, a group of sadistic killers who terrorized Chicago in the 1980s. Viewer discretion is advised. This is the haunting story of the Ripper Crew. In the sinister shadows of Chicago's urban landscape, a chilling tale unfolded, one that sent shivers down the spine of the city, leaving a legacy of horror that still echoes in the haunted corridors of history. It was the era of the Chicago Ripper Crew, a group of macabre individuals whose heinous acts would etch their names into the annals of infamy. Picture a moonlit night in the Windy City, where the familiar streets of Cook County became a haunting backdrop for the unfolding nightmare. In the early 1980s, the dark streets were prowled not by ordinary predators, but by a pack of men whose twisted desires manifested in the most gruesome of ways. Cook County is the most populous county in the U.S. state of Illinois and the second most populous county in the United States, after Los Angeles County, California. More than 40% of all residents of Illinois live within Cook County. As of 2020, the population was 5,275,541, unlike the 2023 population of 5,299,802. The county seat is Chicago, the most populous city in Illinois and the third most populous city in the United States. The county is at the center of the Chicago metropolitan area. The saga of the Chicago Ripper Crew stands as a haunting chapter that unfolded in the heart of the city. The late 1970s and early 1980s witnessed a reign of terror orchestrated by four individuals: Ed Spritzer, Thomas Kokoraleis, Andrew Kokoraleis, and their leader, Robin Gecht. The quartet embarked on a spree of brutality, leaving a trail of victims that scarred Chicago's history. Robin, the enigmatic leader of this dark ensemble, emerged as a symbol of malevolence, an orchestrator of nightmares whose motivations remained shrouded in darkness. Born on the 30th of November 1953 in Menard, Illinois, Robin's troubled upbringing foreshadowed the horrors he would unleash upon Chicago. A problem child from a young age, Robin's turbulent relationship with his family, especially his mother, marked the early chapters of his descent into darkness. Sent to a school for troubled children, his interactions with authority only fueled the flames of rebellion within him. One haunting evening, the sinister trajectory of Robin's life took a ghastly turn. His sister Martha innocently walked past, unaware that her brother's predatory gaze would transform a sibling interaction into a nightmarish ordeal. The laughter of normal sibling banter turned into a scream for her life as Robin, consumed by a twisted desire, committed an act of unspeakable horror against his own flesh and blood. Expelled from his family home, Robin found solace with his grandparents, but remained a constant source of turmoil. On one evening, while having a conversation with his grandfather, he mentioned Martha's incident based on she was good-looking. His encounters with a pedophile discovered by the police to be John Wayne Gacy forged an unholy alliance, leading him down a dark path of depravity. Inspired by his newfound ally, Robin dropped out of high school at the tender age of 16, embracing a life outside the boundaries of societal norms. Under the alias Rob, he clocked 19, living a facade of normalcy while harboring a malevolent darkness within. Andrew Kokoraleis, on the other hand, emerged from a troubled background etched with shadows. Born on July 18, 1963, he grew up amidst a tumultuous family dynamic, his life intertwining with darkness. The police reports revealed a disturbing narrative documenting his descent into a malevolent alliance. Andrew left an indelible mark on the city's history. Ed Spritzer, one of the Entente, was born on January 5, 1961, amidst a turbulent familial landscape. He was known with a haunting narrative of a troubled upbringing that laid the foundation for his sinister inclinations. Growing up amidst dysfunction, Spritzer's path twisted into the realm of malevolence. The chilling details in the police reports depicted a man whose actions plunged the city into a maelstrom of horror. Unlike all three, Thomas Kokoralais was born July 10, 1961. Known to be the silent of them all, Thomas was always Amy Brother, said type of brother to his now crime partner. In the eerie glow of a street lamp, a young lady walked alone, oblivious to the lurking danger. The four men, shadows in the night, scouted the streets with predatory precision. As the unsuspecting victim became entangled in the web of their sinister plot, the echoes of impending doom resonated in the air, a grim foreshadowing of the horrors that awaited. The victim was later identified by the police as Lorraine Laurie Borowski, a 21-year-old aspiring computer programmer. On May 15, 1982, she vanished without a trace. The police report detailed the gruesome discovery of her body weeks later in Gecht's attic. The young woman's life extinguished in a macabre display of violence, forever linking her name to the city's darkest nightmares. The police reports, stained with the grim details of their crimes, reveal a series of horrifying abductions, mutilations, and murders. The victims, each name etched in the somber records, were unsuspecting women who became targets of the Ripper crew's malevolent desires. Their killings were not mere crimes. They were carefully orchestrated acts of horror, leaving a trail of dread in their wake. The gruesome acts of these teenage necrophiles in the 1980s could be likened to a malevolent symphony, each murder a note in a composition of darkness that would haunt Chicago for years to come. The Chicago Ripper crew's reign of terror climbed another foot on the ominous night of May 23, 1981. The streets, usually alive with the vibrancy of the city, bore witness to a scary scene. The van, a red harbinger of doom, pulled alongside Linda Sutton, a mother of two innocently on her way to the grocery store. In the blink of an eye, she was dragged into the abyss within the van, silenced before she could emit a cry for help. Cuffed and sedated, Linda was transported to a location hidden from the prying eyes of the city. The first murder of the Chicago Ripper crew marked a descent into a nightmarish reality for both the victims and the community at large. The unknown loomed large, casting its dark shadow over Chicago, a city now held captive by the malevolent quartet. As the number of victims grew, so did the psychological scars etched into the city's soul. The Ripper crew's insidious reign of terror manifested not only in the physical atrocities, but also in the psychological trauma inflicted upon an entire community. The once sturdy foundation of the city cracked under the weight of fear and uncertainty. Rose Beck Davis, a 30-year-old mother of three, became another tragic figure in this tale of horror. Her disappearance on June 13, 1982, and subsequent discovery as a victim of the Ripper crew compounded the city's trauma. As the police reports unfolded, the magnitude of the crew's crimes became apparent. The abductions, meticulously planned and ruthlessly executed, painted a picture of a city held hostage by a quartet of sadistic predators. The very streets that once symbolized opportunity and dreams morphed into a hunting ground for the macabre desires of the Ripper crew. Sparing lightly the detail behind using a guitar cord to squeeze pop one of their victims' breast and further wanking on the dough to later eat. The police investigation, fueled by the urgency of these heinous acts, revealed a pattern of sadistic rituals that accompanied the murders. The quartet, often engaging in acts of mutilation and necrophilia, shocked even seasoned investigators with the depths of their depravity. The city's sense of security crumbled as the police grappled with the elusive nature of the Ripper crew. The Ripper crew's brutality reached its peak with the abduction of Shui Mak on June 11, 1982. A Chinese immigrant working in the hospitality industry, Shui became ensnared in the web of horror spun by the quartet. Her tragic fate, revealed in the police reports, served as a stark reminder that the crew's ruthlessness knew no bounds. As the investigation unfolded, the authorities honed in on the elusive leader, Robin Gecht, whose chilling influence extended beyond the immediate confines of the crew. His charisma and manipulative prowess played a pivotal role in orchestrating the deadly acts that gripped the city in fear. The police reports painted a portrait of a criminal mastermind whose dark designs transcended conventional comprehension. The capture of Ed Spreitzer and Thomas Kokora-Leis marked a turning point in the pursuit of justice. The police, armed with evidence gleaned from meticulous investigations, closed in on these perpetrators of horror. However, the arrest of Andrew Kokora-Leis and, crucially, Robin Gecht remained elusive, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the city. One chilling detail uncovered in the police investigation was the crew's connection to a satanic cult. Ritualistic elements pervaded their crimes, introducing an additional layer of horror to an already gruesome narrative. The symbols and ceremonies conducted by the quartet added an air of malevolence that defied comprehension. The prosecution meticulously presented the police reports as a damning narrative, weaving together the threads of horror that bound the victims to their tormentors. Names like Lorraine Borowski, Linda Sutton, Rose Beck Davis, and Shui Mack echoed through the courtroom, each a poignant reminder of lives senselessly cut short. Survivors, courageous souls who had faced the abyss and emerged scarred but undefeated, took the stand. Their testimonies, etched with pain and resilience, painted a vivid picture of the unspeakable horrors inflicted upon them by the Ripper crew. The courtroom, a crucible of emotions, bore witness to the indomitable spirit of those who had stared into the abyss and refused to be consumed. As the verdict was delivered, a collective exhale reverberated through the courtroom. Ed Spreitzer, Thomas Kokora-Leis, Andrew Kokora-Leis, and Robin Gecht were held accountable for the atrocities committed by the Chicago Ripper crew. The police reports, survivors' testimonies, and the unyielding pursuit of justice had brought closure to a city haunted by its darkest chapter. The courtroom, once a theater of horror, transformed into a symbol of resilience and triumph. The police reports, meticulously compiled and analyzed, served as a testament to the indomitable spirit of a community that refused to be defined by the shadows of its past. The survivors, having faced the abyss, emerged as beacons of strength, their voices echoing through the corridors of justice. As the doors of the courtroom closed, the city began the arduous journey of healing. The police reports, now archived as a testament to a city's resilience, served as a reminder that even in the face of unspeakable darkness, light could prevail. The Chicago Ripper crew, once a name synonymous with terror, faded into the annals of history, and the city emerged stronger, united, and determined to forge a future free from the shackles of its haunting past. And so, the tale of the Chicago Ripper crew, woven into the fabric of the city's history, found its conclusion in the pursuit of justice, the resilience of its people, and the unwavering commitment to rebuilding what had been shattered. The police reports, survivors' testimonies, and the collective strength of a community became the catalysts for a new chapter, one defined not by the darkness that had gripped it, but by the triumph of light over malevolence. The city, scarred but undefeated, moved forward, carrying the lessons learned from its darkest hours. The police reports, once chronicling horror, now stood as a testament to the power of justice, resilience, and the indomitable spirit of a community that had faced the abyss and emerged on the other side, ready to embrace the dawn of a new day. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.